Hi guys, in this episode I'd like to cover the tensionless hitch. The tensionless hitch is going to be our best way of anchoring a rope into a cylindrical object like a tree or a large pole or something of that nature. Okay. The way we're going to do this is we'll actually take hopefully our rope out of our bag, which will already kind of come preset with our figure 8 and safetied. We'll want to double check that to make sure it's done correctly. In this case it is. Then we're going to want to take and wrap our tree or cylindrical object a minimum of 3 times. You're going to want to increase wraps of that object based upon how fat that object is and also how slippery that is. Until you get enough wraps on there that when you pull on it, it should not try to untwist around the tree. Okay? It should be able to hold on just through friction around the tree. Okay? I'm going to keep this coming here. In this case, with this bucket, this is actually a pretty slippery object, so we would ideally want several wraps to really get this to work properly. Okay? But what we're looking for when we're all done with this is a nice coil around the tree or object that coils in one direction and doesn't really overlap a whole lot. Okay? We're going to want to make sure that that is loose enough, okay, so that when we hook this off, we can hook it off loosely right here. So we're actually going to take a locking carabiner and lock that back to our original rope. Make sure we lock our carabiner off, okay? And this should hang just like this. It should not be taut. It should not actually be creating a bend in the rope in any way. It should just be hanging loose, just like this. And when you load this rope here, it should be have enough wraps on it to where it doesn't actually try to uncoil itself, but just frictions itself tight against the tree. The plus side to this knot is essentially a knotless system. Okay, we're going to be using that friction around the tree and our rope to secure it there, and we won't have the loss or reduction that the knot may create within the system. Keep in mind, knots reduce the strength of our rope anywhere from about 15 to 30%. So this will help eliminate some of that loss of strength by doing this tensionless hitch system here. Okay. If you're doing a downhill pull, it should be wrapped like this, where it wraps from the bottom up. If for whatever reason this is an uphill pull, like it's going up into a tower or a tree or something like that, you'd want to wrap this the opposite direction, where it's wrapping from the bottom down. Okay? So that's the tensionless hitch.